Good afternoon, everybody. It is currently 4:28, almost 4:30 p.m. here in Arizona. It is December the 2nd, 2021, and today we're going to be looking at the project XGOLD. And we're going to look at their website, their white paper, and look at what they really want to provide to the world, how their vision will manifest, how it is manifesting in their phases. And we will also get a look at a astrology chart that I'm grateful that I went onto the Discord to speak with, be a part of the community, for I'm actually invested in this personally. But nothing I say is, any financial advice. Obviously, I'm not very technical with when it comes to investing, so I'm not going to pretend I am. But I do like some good old astrology, and I do like some good old understanding, because sometimes when we take a bigger look at the picture, you get a much more you get a much more vibrant and alive circumstances and experiences. We get more about, oh, everyone was facing something, instead of just being in the one, just thinking in a cramped style. So that's why I like cryptocurrencies, because they offer something new to the capitalism, and I think it's much needed. So just put myself down there. So here's their website. You could go to xgoldcoins.io/white-paper, and you could pull this up, the screen that I'm reading here. And this was last updated on October the 12th, 21. All right, so let's get into reading this. Introduction. Oh my goodness, dry throat. Goldcoin offers an unlimited use case utility cryptocurrency for distributed payment systems predicated on consensus algorithm embodied in the Ripple protocol, bridging the gap between Bitcoin's store value and XRP's incredibly lightweight transaction speed, supporting Valve transfer, utilizing robust, collectively trusted peer-to-peer servers and sub-networks at nearly zero network cost or carbon footprint. So, look at that, bridging the gap between Bitcoin's store value and XRP's incredibly lightweight transaction speed. Wow. I like that. Utilizing robust, collectively trusted peer-to-peer servers and sub-networks at nearly zero network cost or carbon footprint. Look at that. Collectively trusted peer-to-peer servers. Now, that's pretty good that they bring security up, and that the first thing they talk about is literally their introduction is all about like what they aim to do. And this is pretty humble, You're using, like, one day Bitcoin's going to come crashing down and people are going to want to take their money out, right? And people see how great XRP is, but they'll see how unavailable it will be, basically, in the future, at least. XGOLD and other XRP projects, and even the Project Hedera Hashgraph will be there to basically allow a lot of those transfers to happen quickly and efficiently, and settle payments and all those money transfers and all that stuff, and helping businesses survive through the use of cryptocurrency. I truly believe in the XRP project. I definitely started with XRP, so I like seeing when there's projects on the XRP ledger or something that we could read into, so that we could build a big community. What's really important when it comes to building business and building, trust, is having a community, and what that community is focused about. As you notice with cryptocurrency, there's all sorts of different communities, sub communities. You have people who only go in on one coin. You got people who blindly trade like at all-time highs and sell at mediocre kind of sell rates. You see it all in the space of investing. And I've only started, this is like only a year in, basically, and it's only been crypto investing. I've never invested in anything else before. And you see a lot of different emotions reactionary, basically people's habitual responses to loss and to gain. Some people have power trips when they gain a lot. They have this inner sense of authority that protrudes them that is pretty admirable. Sometimes, other times it's noticeable. But with cryptocurrencies, and especially with the fact that we have a company like Ripple right now fighting against our federal governments so that we could get some regulatory clarity, is magnificent. And the fact that XRP settles in like less than 3 seconds is incredible. So, and all of the projects that work through the ledger. So let's move on. So thank you for the introduction, XGOLD. That was very nice. No, and then I just started rambling. I do that. If you don't have to watch my videos before, I ramble. Vision. All right, let's get ready for the vision. The train has left the station. It has become clear and undeniable that currency and commodities that once existed only in physical form or paper representations will for the foreseeable future exist perpetually in a tokenized digital form across distributed ledger technology, verifiably authentic and controlled exclusively by the private key holder. XGOLD coin supporters believe that while XRP is more than capable of solving all of the world's payment problems, it takes a team of highly skilled people focused together on a particular problem that generally culminates the necessary relationships responsible for breaking boundaries and forging technological advancements. See, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. I share those visions too. I share those exactly for breaking boundaries. We're culminating the necessary relationships that will be responsible for breaking boundaries and forging technological advancements. You see, very ambitious, and I like that because this here is just, I think, is really good. I share this kind of vision here. The global gold market capitalization is currently approximately $11.3 trillion. XGOLD coin seeks not only to solve the problem of secured value transfer from A to B and B to A, but also A to C, C to A, or any other receiving party in a trustless manner. Utilizing multi-signature technology, incorporating encrypted private messaging and escrow, whereas eBay and Amazon use a rating and insurance system securing transactions across their networks. Imagine a multiple device wallet requiring multiple digital signatures authorizing each send transaction. Doing away with rating insurance-based system, although of course it is always a good idea ensuring valuable items being shipped and delivered through on-road delivery system services. All right, so talking about like if you're literally buying gold online or something from someone else using this system, and you will have the value transferred, and you will also be shipped that physical item, gold, if you wanted so. And it is wise to have insurance in case, of course, anything could happen, right? For this example, let's assume a 3-devices wallet with a minimum of 2 required digital signatures authenticating a send transaction. The purchaser device 1 funds the wallet. The seller device 2 confirms the wallet that has been funded and ships the item to the purchaser. The seller uploads shipping receipts, proof of tracking, and all pertinent information and the encrypted messaging group portion of the app. The purchaser receives the item, tracking confirms the item has been delivered appropriately. The seller creates a transaction sending funds from a multi-signature wallet to his private wallet. The purchaser signs and approves the send transaction. Look at that. It's all a tight-knit process. Like literally like how they're portraying this background here. Literally from point A to point C over here to point B, you're just messaging like, all right, I'm going to send you over this thing, and it's going to immediately start to ship. And as it ships, you're going to be in constant information given to you on its journey until it reaches the purchaser. That's pretty reliable. I like that. I'm thinking about people in the use case. Thinking about the worst possible things and trying to find solutions for it. That's very smart, XGOLD. So we're trying to create this mental profile. So when we look at the chart, we could easily see what each planet kind of means. NFT. Non-fungible tokens offer a stunning ability to uniquely identify a specific item, such as artwork, as well as authenticate the ownership of that specific item through the use of private keys and distributed ledger technology. Scarcity combined with authenticity promotes utility value. You see that? XGOLD Coin maintains a growing portfolio of limited collectible XGOLD Coin NFTs. While working to establish provable authenticated ownership of NFTs tied to gold, for this example, the purchaser could purchase an amount of gold participating vendors using XGOLD. From participating vendors using XGOLD. The purchaser would receive not only the gold, but also an NFT cryptographically linked to that specific piece of gold, tokenized and distributed across the XRP ledger, XRPL, identified by the matching serial numbers. See, that was what we were just talking about. So literally, you're going to get a non-fungible token with your physical item when you're using this. Notice, the XGOLD coin project does not offer any investment contracts, interest in any company associated. All right, so see, this is not like this is good for it does not offer. It's not offering any investment contracts. It's not saying that we're going to do this and we're going to do that. It's just there has not been and never will be an initial coin offering. So see, it's not an ICO. It's trying to register as its own. My God, I need some water. So that's really good. That's good. I put the notice here so that it's clear and cut. It's in the white paper. Indemnification. User agrees to indemnify and hold harmless all others, users, founders, issuers, developers, marketers, contributors, sponsors, associations, companies, employees, agents, owners, holders, trusts, grantors, trustees, beneficiaries, successors, traders, wallets, funds, exchanges, against all any loss of value or damage, profit, capital, investment, attorney fees, financial or otherwise, in connection with trust lines, acquiring, use, transacting, send, receive, or disposing or dispose of XGOLD coin. Use of trust lines and XGOLD coin is especially at their own risk, and stipulates a private trade of equal value for private personal use with no expectation of profit related to the efforts of others. All right, see that? Clear cut. It's like you're responsible, and it's at your own risk. Understand that always when you're investing. Zoom wallet. Oh yeah, use the Zoom wallet and set up the trust line. That's really nice. Definitions. Oh, would you look at that? That's nice. XGOLD is currently it was a lot higher. It reached like 6 cents earlier, I think. It is up 62% in the past 24 hours. That is fantastic. So let's look at their NFTs. Let's look how beautiful they are. Oh shit. Shit. Okay, well. I'll sign up. I already signed up, but I don't want to do any signing up live. So we're gonna look at the chart of XGOLD. So what I got here, oh wait, no, this is the current chart, which is the ascendant conjunct the north node, which is pretty funny. So am I acting headless? I might be acting headless. Yes. All right, so what I have here is XGOLD, July 27, 2021, at 12:41 p.m. Oh yeah, the reason I put this chart is because I wanted the sun to be rising at the ascendant here. But maybe we should do it at like the beginning of the 27th instead. That's what I'm thinking, because if we do it here and then we go to, oh wait, no, this is actually oh wait, oh, I'm dumb, guys. I done fluked out. It's okay. Let's just undo that. Can we just undo that? Let's just go back to here. The ascendant at 4 degrees Leo with the sun Excuse me. I really need some water though. I don't know how to pause on this thing though, so I don't know. So the ascendant is conjunct the sun here in this chart I pulled up for universal time. This is the tropical whole sign chart of XGOLD, and this was provided to me through the Discord through XGOLD. I asked for the birthday of the project, and he said July 27. He said it's a good. It has a great birthday. It's July 27, 2021, born on a Tuesday, and this is around the afternoon of wherever universal time is. So all I really cared about is having the sun on the ascendant to see the mission and goal of this project. And lo and behold, of course, the sun lords over the ascendant, and the sun here is very powerful and dignified and is at the 4th degree of Leo. So what that indicates is 4 degree, the number 4 is I think it's a building number. It's about having community so you can build up more. It's better than going at with 4 people than one person. And so the sun here could definitely shine a light towards that, building a family that is focused around gold, because the sun rules gold, as Saturn rules lead and Jupiter rules tin and zinc. The moon rules silver. So in this chart, gold is very powerful and indicated. But if we were to use this chart in the ascendant here, then Venus in the second house is really good because Venus entices. The Venus brings fertility and love usually, but Venus here is in the sign of her fall, opposite of the sign of Virgo. So Venus here is actually more hardworking and wants to provide service instead of be lazy and not do anything like what she would do in Pisces. Venus here in Virgo may be unsure of herself or the artwork that is here. Venus here is overly criticizing, overly stressing out too much about the small things, basically. She does really well in organizing the finances. So this is really good having, say that the ascendant is the team of XGOLD, and so they would also be seen with the sun here, and that's it. They're focused on gold. But then we see who's supporting the sun. We got to look at what the other planets are in relation to the sun and what are they doing. So as we see here, Mercury is about 6 degrees away from the sun, but he's in the sign of Cancer, almost to the last degree of Cancer. And Mercury in a water sign here, above the horizon in the 12th house. This could be very rough for maybe there just is a complete focus on trying to communicate about trying to communicate a vision, and say that's the 12th house there. 12th house is you see a very deep mission, a mission that you have to, usually the 12th house is about letting go and spiritual transformation and the unconscious realm, and even addictions and imprisonment and isolation. So maybe at times where Mercury in this chart may feel imprisoned by their emotion. Maybe the 29th degree of Cancer brings a sense of, maybe this brings a big sense of changeable mind. This is a mind that wants to connect through security as well, because that's what the moon rules. But also Mercury was moving very fast and was about ready to head into Leo during this time. So what that also means for Mercury and Leo is, and Mercury would then enter the first house of this birthday chart of XGOLD. So at first maybe there was uncertainty and a lot of doubts, and maybe a lot of, let's see how Mercury is being affected here. Mercury has a square aspect from the ascendant, so maybe there's public backlash that makes emotions anxious or uncertainty kind of bring up, and makes you feel like you want to hide away and just forget the whole thing. But over time, Mercury will eventually be you know what, we're going to make this work. We're going to organize our business, or we're going to organize our success in the appropriate manner that's going to bring long-standing security and a foundation that's very strong to build on. And so that's the good octave of Cancer, when Cancer is not being a changing, infighting kind of crabby person. So for when what Mercury rules here is actually the 11th house and the second house. So actually, this is really good because the only way to really communicate on the cryptosphere is through online. Now, I would say the 10th and the 11th house, definitely the most public spheres of the two most strongest of the public spheres of any chart. And so the 10th house is how you're seen and how you also, what you're like, are ambitious to succeed in. And the 11th house is like the people that your friends and like the people you network with and the people you make business with. Maybe and the North Node being here is actually really good for increasing chances of needing to expand these manners, especially that is trying the North Node with the Sun. So this is definitely like finding success in business matters through networking with very communicative people. It doesn't work. It doesn't help to be with like have a community of people because remember the community, which is the 11th house, is ruled by Mercury and Mercury's in the 12th house. So this could also be. It doesn't help having a bunch of emotionally erratic community members, people that constantly in fight are very just vicious and by nature. It will be much more appropriate because Saturn is also trining the North Node here for having a disciplined approach, having a community that is serious, has rules and boundaries, and is able to provide a stern communication and want to build long-standing relationships because the Saturn who rules all that long-standing seriousness is in the 7th house and rules the 6th house, which is really good for providing service. And since Saturn is in Aquarius here, and he's actually all by himself in Aquarius because Jupiter is about to rejoin him, but is still in Pisces by the chart standards. So Saturn here may put a restriction in like clientele at first, but through a lot of work, through serious sobering up the vision and getting mud on your hands and doing the work and planting the seeds, he will over time provide long-standing success and recognition to this project. So Saturn here could also be seen as Ripple themselves because Saturn rules like the business and organization and like this big group of hardworking people. Saturn would, or the taskmaster, or the one who brings the materialities and the possibility for one to build on land. This is Saturn. He he rewards hard work over time. So as you see, the Sun was also building up to an opposition to Saturn, and this means that the need to shine goes over like is kind of restricted because Saturn is probably like it's not time yet. Saturn may be like, all right, you cannot just blow up overnight because you need to do this the appropriate way. You need to have your own validated node or something. It's something that helps your system work even better with the other systems. So Saturn is all about community in Aquarius. Aquarius is that, Aquarius traditionally rules the 11th house and is favoring the 11th house in this chart. So this is very well and good. Now, any sort of like planets to watch out for would definitely just be the moon and Mars, because the reason I say the moon is because the moon rules changeability, quick movement, liquidity. It rules the people as well. It rules like the general vibe or the kind of influence that this chart could give. And the moon here could at times feel illusory or like not real because the moon here is when the moon was the 12th house. So the 12th house is a terrible placement already, and the moon is in the 8th house, which the moon is all about having to overcome fears and not letting them get to your own mental health, not letting an addictive behavior basically get in the way of you expanding your horizon and finding success and going after and finding achievement through your long-standing hard work. Now, since Jupiter was about to go back into retrograde, it's actually pretty good because Jupiter in this chart rules the 5th and the 8th house. So Jupiter they're Jupiter is coming back to the seventh house to bring much more abundance and attention and focus to expanding a community and friendships and clientele and relationships. And maybe that's where XGOLD's probably at right now as we speak. Because Jupiter is actually, if we were to pull up the transit chart with the chart of XGOLD, so say we had XGOLD's chart, wait, was it this one? Yeah, say we had XGOLD's chart as the inner wheel, and then we had the transit chart as the outer wheel. All right, so as we see, here's the chart of XGOLD inside. So as we see currently, this this new moon that's going to be up on top. I mean, yeah, this new moon is essentially going to be perfecting on top of XGOLD South Node. So there's going to be something here where K2 in modern kind of astrology is all about a decreasing, letting go energy, a spiritual, very spiritual place in the chart, but a very big decrease. Now, what is interesting is the sun is already past K2, so the sun is overcoming K2, because now the sun is getting ready to keep moving on, keep moving forward alongside with Mercury. So beforehand, there was a lot of uncertainty in the markets, of course, and obviously in this current chart, the sun in Sagittarius is looking to is favoring Jupiter in the current chart, where it is in the seventh house. So currently, as long as XGOLD continues to show that the creative ability of their NFTs and how they want to integrate it with, literally using non-fungible tokens to help basically transfer gold, basically get all that store of value from Bitcoin, any sort of really like mass amounts of wealth, wants to find success with it. But we see right here in the chart currently that XGOLD is putting in the effort. XGOLD is actually doing the work. And what's very interesting and what I'm actually looking forward to is when we see this let's rectify. Oh no, let's swap that and let's rectify this chart. So we're going to go to the fourth here. And that's actually funny because that's the degree of the sun in this chart. So, okay, so here we go. Where the sun's moving on after this ecliptic new moon. And this as you see here, the south node is getting ready to jump into, we're starting to get into this eclipse season into Taurus, Scorpio energy. This axis shift is going to come into our finances. It's going to affect the way we think about money, our possessions. It's going to change the way we value things, certain relationships we have with the world, and how we want to obtain value and wealth, but not through a crooked and wicked sense, So that's the south node in Scorpio. And luckily, Mars is all by himself in Scorpio here. Mars loves Scorpio. And by the time Mars leaves Scorpio, Mars will be able to usher in that little push of energy. Like, all right, you got this. It's time to let go of being overly passionate for the sake of being obsessive and not really contributing in any sense of any real task or work, So here Mars and the south node here will be in the fourth house. So this is good for just getting a boot in your step, getting a pep in your step, like Mars here is going to give you this big drive and energy. And especially when Mars enters Sagittarius here and Jupiter eventually will enter Pisces, this is going to be a big drive of expanse in your eighth house. And the eighth house rules other people's resources. Remember, the second house is your resources, XGOLD. So the eighth house is all about other people's resources. And of course, when I said the moon and Neptune being here, it's all about, and Neptune just stationed direct as well. So it's stationed direct basically on top of your moon. So this here is like, all right, now the illusions are like, now we understand our fears, our doubts, and the illusions we put in our heads. But now we're going to see a change to that. We're going to see Jupiter start to be activated here, because Jupiter is slowly approaching the natal placement again in Pisces. And this is going to expand other people's resources in your life. And it's going to bring great joy because the fifth house is here, but also great like speculation and business transaction, because the fifth house could rule that at times. because those could be hobbies for some people, creative endeavors. One thing to watch out for, I suppose, Jupiter squared the North Node here currently. That could mean try not to miss any opportunities to network with people. And you're generally the North Node coming to the 10th house here in this chart is going to bring great, great attention to your public eye on this project. So this is a project to keep an eye out for sure. Definitely, I like seeing Jupiter in the 8th house. That's definitely expanding through business trades as well. Yeah, currently Jupiter is actually sextiling, or during this new moon, Jupiter will be sextiling the midheaven of this chart for XGOLD, which is actually really beneficial for bringing a lot of attention, which it actually is, because Jupiter sextile the midheaven, which is the public light, is showing a massive increase for those who are clients, the 7th house clients, for those who participate in XGOLD. And that's showing on the public light to everyone. And Mars, where's Mars at? Mars here is actually like, oh, it's Mars rules the 4th and the 9th house. So this could be speculators, technical analyzers. People could be start reading about XGOLD a lot more during this time. Definitely, and the South Node coming in the 4th house means there's going to be a lack of privacy. So this is really good for a project. You want to have that attention and you want to be tested for, the ability for you to work and to achieve the task. And Saturn here being dignified in your chart and approaching your natal Saturn is going to, Saturn's going to be like, all right, you did good. You survived, you didn't get shaken down, so let's see, because Venus is about to go retrograde. And Venus is about to go retrograde in the 10th, or no, in the freaking 6th house here. So what we're seeing right now, currently as we speak, is slowdowns of the Zoom wallet or the Ripple Labs. We're seeing a lot of transactions like take a long time to process and fees go up. But that's only because there's a lot of tension that the ledger wasn't really built for. Like there's a lot of node space being taken up or something. Like I said, I'm not really technical, and so we're actually seeing that kind of slow down. So that actually could be Venus in retrograde here. It could actually indicate that we might see a big like fear or shock or manipulation, and when it comes to like how things are working out, how things are being able to serve. But as we see here, Venus will be moving backwards and will actually be reforming a trine with their natal Venus here in the 2nd house. So things will actually work out, I feel, in the end. When I read this, it seems much more like a lot of the hard placements like Venus retrograde are falling in like the 6th house, which is really good for, like it's really good for like being able to see who your enemies that work secretly. And then Saturn here is like restricting any enemies from trying to oppose you currently, because as long as you're doing the work, Saturn will actually protect you. Saturn will be like, this is a hard worker. I vouch for him. He is my slave. And Jupiter eventually coming back to your natal Jupiter will, on December 28th, you will see a massive influx of value increase. I would suspect from a massive increase of other people and investors coming to light and wanting to provide and share resources with you. So I think this is really good here. I think this is a good place to stop this reading. Looking at that chart gives me very optimistic for the future of this project because, like I said, I invested in it. The moment Bitu listed it, I was like XGOLD, and in my head I was like X. Don't tell me that's some sort of XRP kind of, and it was, and I was like, I'm buying it. I was like, it was like under a cent. I think it was like under a cent or so. It was like I bought it like 0.009 or something, and I bought it quite a bit, and I was like, all right. And then it blew up unexpectedly, and I was like, wow. And then they started coming out with a lot more updates, a lot more information. And now that I have an adequate amount of information from the white paper, we could see that this is a serious project that is in it for the long haul. The one thing that could destroy this project is pride, a community full of pride, vicious energy, negative energy, But will really help this community will be a pragmatic, like very sharp and diligent mindset to making things work out and finding success and not trying to overdo it, but trying to master that one single thing, trying to master that one blade, that golden blade. So definitely this project, check it out. And I will be posting this currently on Thursday. So currently it's Thursday, and I hope to have it up by today. So thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been interesting, and have a great day.